Hey guys, Mateo here. I'm the Guildmaster Pastor in Gaming, and today's video is going to be on Lost Ark. This is going to be a video on some things that you can do once you hit level 50. Now, level 50 isn't the true endgame. We can go all the way up to level 60, but once you hit level 50, you unlock the progression loop or the daily feedback loop that you'll experience in the we call endgame game. So today we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do in level 50. This is not a complete list. There will be a more detailed video later. As always, I answer questions on the subreddit, and I also answer questions in my Twitch chat. As always, everything that I cover in this video today will be in timestamps in the description below. So you don't have to listen to the whole video. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to. You click on what you need to hear it, and then you get out of here. So this is going to be a pretty long video. So you just go to where you want to go to, listen to 30 seconds, minute of clip, and then you can get out of here. All the ads are skippable. This is going to be quick. I respect your time. Let's get in and get out. So first thing we're going to do when you hit level 50 is you're probably going to hit level 50 somewhere between Annika and Arthatine. This is okay. Arthatine used to be a main capital before we had North Vern. So what I would recommend for you to do, because you're going to have to go back and do it anyway, finish North Vern, finish Arthatine and North Vern. If you don't want to do that, you can come skip straight to North Vern here, because you have to do North Vern main story quest to unlock the level 50 in-game feedback loop. So your dailies, your dungeons, raids. To unlock that, you have to do North Vern. So you can, if you're in Arthatine and you hit 50, you can skip ahead and do Vern, but you're eventually going to have to go back and do Arthatine, because there's quest lines that take you through Arthatine. You have to do it, so you're going to have to eventually go back and do it. So for me, I would just finish Arthatine and then go to Vern. But if you're like there's a couple hours before daily resets, you want to start your dailies, go ahead, skip to Vern, do Vern. The end of Vern to unlock your dailies isn't even the whole continent. I think these two, Festner Highlands and Verney's Forest, you don't even have to go there. So you just do a few quick ones. I know Port Crona's quick, Rania Village is quick, and you do these 5 zones, and then you're done with Vern quest line. You have everything unlocked. So what do you do once you finish Vern and you have everything unlocked? Well, the first thing you want to do is go get your awakening. So you probably see this ability down here. It's going to be an empty box. It's your awakening is super. It's your ultimate, right? Like let's say League of Legends or something. It's your ultimate ability. It does a bunch of damage to utility, whatever it is for your class. It does a bunch of everything. And so you're going to want that. So what you want to do is hit F2. That is the default command for your sheet music. Sheet music is a bunch of spells where they're songs that allow you to do different things. So one of these at the very top is called Tonga Trixian. You get this at the beginning of the game, but if you're like me and you're just speeding through, speeding through the quest, you're not paying attention to anything, just come on, let me get to 50, let me get to 50. You probably missed the tutorial about going to Trixian and getting the Song of Trixian and doing all that. So you hit F2, you cast your spell, and here we go. And then you need to talk to this lady named Beatrice. Now I've already done this, so it's not on here. But if you haven't talked to Beatrice, you talk to her, she's going to give you a quest line. It's a purple, not pink like mine. It's a purple exclamation point above her head. It's called Awakening. That's your awakening ability. Alathane's Light, and then my caster spec, my support spec, it is Alathane's Judgment. And you're going to use Alathane's Judgment. These are your awakening abilities. You're going to get those, and you're also going to get your level 50 ability, which is called Heavenly Blessings. It's part of the awakening quest line. So this is probably the first thing you're going to do when you hit 50, because this is really potent. It does a lot of damage, even in support spec. For me as a paladin, it gives damage reduction to my entire group. It gives them mana recovery and increases their attack power. It's basically my big super buff, and it does a ton of damage while I'm out leveling. It's a big AoE. So I want that, and I want my awakening. So I definitely want that. That's a huge damage shield right there. It's a huge amount of damage. You definitely want your awakening. You definitely want your level 50 ability. I don't know a single build that does not use their level 50 ability at endgame. So that's the first thing you're going to do is come here to Trixion and get your level 50 ability, and your awakening is a very short quest line. It's going to take you back to Eastern Luterra, which is level 30 zone. You're going to be walking around for a little bit, and you'll get your quest. You'll do it, and you'll get your abilities, and get on your way. So the second thing I would do after I get that is I would come back here, because I'm in Vern, by the way. I would finish the Vern storyline. What you get at the end of the storyline are these things called power passes. Next thing you'll get is power passes. Power passes allow you to instantly level 2 alternate characters to the point that your main is currently at. Well, it's not your currently at. They're actually going to be a little bit farther, because they're going to have the next zone after Vern done too, called Shoeshire. So they're going to have this zone done. So you're going to get one in your mailbox. When you use the one in your mailbox to instantly level an alt, you're going to get a second one in your mailbox to also level a second alt. So you're going to get 3 characters for the price of getting 1 through Vern. So even if you don't intend to play an alt right now, maybe you're not going to play an alt until later. Maybe a new class comes out 2 years down the road. You quit this game. You don't like it that much. And your favorite character archetype is released 2 years later. And now you want to come back and play it. Well, the good thing about that is you should go ahead and create the alts anyway. Even if you're not going to power pass them, even if you're not going to level them, because there's a mechanic that allows you, and I'm going to show you this mechanic when I go up here, if I know where my mouse is and my keyboard and key binding. You accumulate rest. It's just like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, or whatever. You're going to accumulate not rest XP, but you're going to accumulate rest for your dailies and weeklies. And this will stack no matter if your character is level 1, you've never logged into it, no matter what, you're going to accumulate it. So for your dailies, there's this bar up here called rest. And it's a rest bonus. You get, every time one of these bars fills, which is every 2 days, you get double the rewards from doing your daily. So daily dungeon, this is a daily raid, guardian raids, you get rest bonus up here. As these bars fill, you will get double the rewards from doing it. So regardless of whether you play the alt or not, just making it and having it sit in your character screen is going to accumulate the rest. It's going to allow you to get double rewards if you ever do decide to play it. And so I have a bunch of alts that I'm not actually, they're classes that I know will be released from the Korean version and our version at some point, and they're not out yet, but I want those characters. I want to reserve the name for the characters, and then 2, I want them to have full rest bonus for when they do release, and so they'll be able to catch up that much faster when they do come out. So that's another thing I would do, is finish Vern, do the power passes, at least have the power pass in my inventory, make the alt. You don't have to play it. I'm not encouraging you or telling you have to. Just make it. It's going to help you. Even if there's games that I come back to, like Blade and Soul or whatever, where it's just handy to have alt made. Like I maybe once a year I get an email from another company like, hey, come out and try this game. It's way better than it used to be when you quit because it sucked. And I try it, and I'm glad I have my name. I have the character made already. So that's a good thing for me to do. Good thing for you to do. This is a free play game. You're free to do that as well as you want to. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what I just skipped over, which was the dailies and the weeklies. So once you finish Vern, you're going to get your daily and weekly content. And that's how you're going to get mats for upgrading your gear. So one of the things that's going to happen is either you finish the Shoeshire continent, which is after Vern, or you do a Chaos Dungeon. You're going to get a blue set of gear that is 302 item level. But down here at North Vern Echo, you're going to get this set that's 302 item level. And this is the set that you're going to take from Tier 1 to Tier 2. The way this works is, as you do these dungeons, you're going to get these materials called Guardian Stones, Destruction Stones. And you're going to get Harmony Leap Stones. You're going to get Harmony Shards. And I'm going to tell you this something right now, but it's going to go forward in the video about making gold. The Destruction Stones and Guardian Stones from Chaos Dungeon are tradable. And here in the Guardian raids, it's a 4-player kind of Monster Hunter-esque. You're hunting a boss in a map, and it has a bunch of different attacks and mechanics, and you got to navigate those. It's basically like Monster Hunter if you've ever played it. And so you're doing these, and for these are bound, but the Harmony Leap Stones are tradable. And so you're going to do those, and then you're going to come over here. You get to do 2 of those a day, two of the Chaos Dungeons, and then you get to do 1 of these a week. This is a weekly. This is a raid. These are raids, just like World of Warcraft raids. This gives you your epic and your legendary set. So you see this is an epic set. It has set bonuses, gives 8% attack speed and 10% additional damage. And then in this, the second raid, Phantom Palace, gives you your legendary set for tier 1. And then it goes on, this is tier 2, the epic set, tier 2, legendary set, and it's the same thing, right? Tier 3. So there's those are weekly. For right now, I'm in tier 2, so this is at the end of tier 2 is 8-man raids. It's an underwater raid. Yes, you can drown. There's a breathing mechanic in there. So it's pretty fun. It can be frustrating if you're doing it not without your guild or whatnot, but it's pretty fun for me. So what you can basically do if you're not rushing is, see, I have 2 sets of Guardian Stones here. One is unbound, one is bound. That means it's soul bound to me. I can't move it. It's stuck on my character. And these ones are bound. The ones that are tradable, you can sell on the auction house for gold. And gold is used for a lot of things in the game. And particularly if you hit F4 and go to the store, this is a cash shop, right? So you buy cash, you spend your money if you want to, because it's a free play game. They have to make their money somehow. But you can go here to currency exchange and you can buy those crystals for gold. So if you have gold, you can trade your gold for premium currency and then buy things out of the store. So if we wanted to buy the crystals and then you wanted to go buy a pet, buy a mount, buy a ship skin, or buy an outfit, you can definitely come in here and do that through the in-game gameplay loop. So you would go do your raids and all the stuff that's tradable, you would take it to the auction house, and I'm going to pull up the auction house here. There's a vendor that you go to market and do this. You go to the auction house and let's say leaf stones, right? So I'm going to put my leaf stones in there. They're 158 gold each. So let's say I sell all of my tradable ones for 158. Automatically, that's 2,800 gold right there. Haven't even started doing my dailies for the day. That's from yesterday, or partly from yesterday. So that's 2,800 gold. So it's about 500 gems. That's enough to buy a skin, almost enough to buy a skin, halfway to buy a skin. Enough to buy a ship, you know, the ship skin or whatever you want. So you'll eventually be able to buy everything out of the cash shop. Just playing the game, you don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. Like for this mount, for example, I'm going to pull this up again. Essentials. The mount comes out of this $35 Explorer starter pack, but what I did is I bought it off the market for gold. So I go down here to mount, hit all. Hey, look, there's a warhorse for 1,100 gold. I have 1,100 gold. I could buy this warhorse if I wanted to right now, but although I already have one. There's actually 5 for sale. I bought one for about 1,400. It's going down. I lost out on it because it's getting cheaper. So it's actually 1,100 gold. I have 3,300 gold right now. I could actually afford to buy this mount. This is a $35 mount. People bought it for $35 and then I guess they didn't like it. So they put it on the auction house for money to sell for gold. And I was able to buy it for $0 with just the gold that I've earned in game. So that's the way that works, guys. That's just a segue. That, again, that'll be in the description. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Una Dailies. So once you are done with Vern, you're going to unlock your dailies. And the default command for this is Alt-J. So if I hit Alt-J on my keyboard, this panel comes up, and I'm going to explain everything that's in the panel. So from here, this is how many points you've accrued. You need to accrue 70 points, and you get rest bonus for this too. This is another thing for the alt. You get 70 points in a week to max this out, and you will get these things called Una tokens. When you max these out and get Una tokens, you can trade these with a vendor that is, this is called a gold vendor. It's somewhere in here. It's over here. It's over there. Down where my mouse is. Down there. See the gold shop, Howman gold shop. So I'm just gonna put it down there, and I'll tell you what it looks like. So you trade those Una's tokens for gold. That's the point of doing your dailies in this game. You do your dailies, do your weeklies, you get gold. You get to transfer your gold into gems. You get to buy things off the auction house, or you get to buy things off the cash shop. So this is a way for players that are free to play to convert into this. I always buy the biggest chest because it has a chance to give you that giant gold bar. That's a lot of gold. I got one of the thick gold bars, gave me 1,000 gold. So for doing my dailies last week, I got 1,000 gold, which is a $35 mount. A week's worth of dailies gave me a $35 mount, an equivalent. So somebody that paid $35 for that Explorers pack, I just did my dailies. I got it myself for free. So that's what you do your dailies for. You get your own tokens, trade them for this, and there's other things you can exchange as well. So you can actually get silver, which is the other in-game currency. You can trade your gold for silver. I would not do that. I have a boatload of silver until for now. There are ways to spend your silver very quickly, but for now I have a lot of silver. So that's not all that important right now. But that's in a nutshell. So if you're worried about, man, is this game pay to win? Will I have to shell out money to get the things I want? No. Unless you're racing for world first, there's no reason to spend money. There just isn't. That's literally it. If you're trying to get to the end of tier 3 first, and you're listening to this video, it's already too late. Like, there's no reason for you to. There's people that are already 1350 eye level. They're getting ready to do the tier 3 raids. There's no way for you to catch up from this point here while you're watching this video. If you need to watch this video, it's too late. Nothing. You spending money is not going to catch you up. You could spend $10,000. You're not going to catch them. You're absolutely not going to catch them. Trust me. So back to the Una dailies, right? So you're going to get these dailies. So this is the points. I've explained the points and the tokens. So this is the daily tab. So these quests are all dailies. Now the caveat here is you cannot accept the quest until you've done the content itself. So all of these quests that I have available is for content that I've done in the game already. So once you do the content the first time, maybe it's the main story quest, maybe it's a side quest, maybe it's sailing to an island, and maybe it's doing anything, you will, after you do this stuff in the real world, in the main story quest, you'll be able to repeat that experience as a daily. So you'll be able to go back to that continent or go back to that quest line. Maybe you really enjoyed the quest, maybe you really liked the lore, or a certain dungeon or whatnot. You'll be able to go back and redo it as a daily. And they give you certain things. These are materials that you need to craft. This is a powerful stone of devotion. It's an accessory item. There's a lot of things that come out of this. Leap stones is for crafting. Moon's breath are for crafting. There's silver, a bunch of silver. And then you'll also get some experience for your roster, and you'll gain some reputation. And I'm going to go to the reputation tab and tell you about the reputation. So this is rep. Go ahead and accept everything. I haven't accepted yet. So for the reputation tab, there you get rewards for doing your dailies next amount of time. So this is a stat increase potion. It gives me 5 main stat, and I get the emote pain. I don't know what the emote pain is for, but I'm sure it'll come up at some point in the future of the game. And so for this, you get 10 reputation a day. So if I do this daily 3 more times, I will get that juicy stat increase potion. And likewise, so a lot of these dailies, you can scroll here and you might be like, okay, well, which specific daily do I want? It's up to you. Maybe you want pirate coins, right? There's a lot of people that ask about pirate coins. This one here, Veteran Defense, playing by the Pirates rules, gets tons of pirate coins and keeps giving pirate coins. And here is the recipe to a ship. Get a different ship called the Dragon. You can for that daily. So every daily there's a point. So I'm doing this one called Wolf's Friend, a Wolf of Eternity. It has a mount called the Mount Wolf of Vanity, and a Vitality Increase potion that gives me more HP on my account. So I have 6 more days worth of daily to do there, and then that one will be done, and so on and so forth. And so some of these are more important than others. There's an island token from Runaways there for that one. This one gives skill points. Arkesia Choir Teacher gives skill points. Yes, there are skill points you can get throughout the world, so you can be able to level up more of your abilities to level 10, level 11 at 55, and level 12 at level 60. So you'll be able to get more of your abilities to max the more skill points you have, and dailies are a source of skill points. So going back into the tab, that's rep. So if you ever want to wonder what to do with the rep, you hit the rep tab, and then you come in here, hit this little magnifying glass, and then you can hit the little arrow here, and it'll tell you what you get at different rep levels. And these are the rep quests. So this is actually something Red Sand Desert, on this character specifically, I have not done Red Sand Desert, so these dailies are not available to me. So I'd actually have to go do the main story quest for Red Sand Desert and then be able to get the dailies for this, get that stat increase potion there. So there you go. And so for me, I prioritize the ones that give me the things that I want. So I want the stat potions. I want things to make my character stronger. I don't really care about mounts. I don't really, well, I bought that one. I don't really care about other mounts. I don't really care about transmog, stuff like that. So I just want the things that make my character stronger. So I look through all the reps. I find the ones that, ooh, there's gold down there. I find the ones that are pretty good to give me things to make my character stronger. And then I do those ones every day until I get the reward. That's it in a nutshell. Now here's your weekly. You can do 3 weeklies a week. I was going to say a day, but it's a week. 3 weeklies a week. And these give rewards as well. So the same thing as crafting materials, accessories, and whatnot. But these are things that you kind of like, you just pick them up and then you minimize them. So let's say I pick it up. Which one am I going to do? I like to do the ones that give these life leap stones, because those are really like how do I put it? Those are really rare. You need a lot of those to enhance your gear. They're really weird. But it's a weekly. It's not something I'm going to do all today. I mean, I might do that today, but that's not something you typically do all the way. So I just unchecked it. I hit J to go into my quest, and I unchecked it, so it's not sitting there staring at me all week. And so it'll just get done. I might do 1 proving ground a day. It might get done, next Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So I'm just not worried about it. It will get done, and then when it gets done, I come in here. This in progress will turn into another gray button called complete. I'll hit the complete, and it'll be done. These rewards will go into my bag, some experience, some roster experience, and the life leap stones, and it'll be so just like that. You pick up your 3 at the beginning of the week, and then you just forget about it. You're eventually going to do them anyway. Everything that's in here, except for like Cube, Boss Rush, you might not do in a week. Same with the sailing, you might not do that. There's some weeks you just decide not to do it. But like your Chaos Dungeons, your Guardian Raids, those are things that you're typically going to be doing every single week anyway. So you just pick them up, minimize them. They will get done. Don't forget it. Don't forget about them. And then you come in there and you just click complete, and they'll be done. Same thing with your dailies. Once your dailies are done, you hit complete, and those materials all hop into your bag. And then there's the guild request. I'm going to pick this one up. You'll notice in your guild will set up a weekly quest for you to do. In order for you to get credit for doing the weekly quest, you actually have to go into your daily tab and pick up the daily for your guild's quest. And so back into the J, hit Alt J, it's the guild request tab right here. And any guild quest that your guild master has selected will show up here, and you can hit accept. You do it. It's not daily, it's a repeatable. You can actually just keep doing this over and over again. You could single-handedly finish your guild's weekly quest if you're that bored. If you're that bored. Now, there's things you can do with the Sylmael Bloodstones, and this is a great reason why you should probably be in a guild. Man, my clicks are bad today. Now I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to go to the Bloodstone Exchange Merchant, and I'm going to show you why you should be in a guild, why you should be doing your guild weekly quests. Well, it's actually it's a repeatable quest, but why you should be trying to help your guild finish this weekly quest, and why you should want to donate and do all this and be in a guild and get the Sylmael Bloodstone Tokens. And it's basically go up in here, and there's this vendor called the Sylmael Bloodstone Exchange, and you get to buy things. You get to buy XP potions. You get to buy honing materials to upgrade your gear. The stuff that you can sell on the auction house, by the way. You get to go up here, and well, the leap stones are bound. Why wouldn't they be? And so you can also buy entrance tickets. So for Cube and Boss Rush, those things that I said you might not do in a week, is because they randomly drop in Chaos Dungeons. But you can guarantee buy one from the guild vendor here. And there's a guild vendor in every major city. So being in a guild, leveling up your guild, gives you access to those tickets to do the expedient boss content. Like Boss Rush is basically 15 levels, you sit in a room, and bosses spawn, and it's basically just kill one right after another. It's like Mega Man, right? Stage right before Dr. Wily, you gotta fight all the robot masters over again. Basically that. And so that's what you do for that, and that can be also a weekly if you want to do that for your weekly quest. And so moving on to the next content, actually not moving on to the next content, but the next part of Una Dailies. So But Mateo, if I do my dailies, it's going to take me like 5 hours to get on my boat and sail to all these places. So let's say we want to do this one, the rebuilding of Zanila. So I accept it, and it takes place in Rothendale. So I'm in Vern, and Rothendale is all the way over here. So how do I get there very fast? Well, there's two ways I can do that. First way is I come to a port. Every continent has a port. The port is how you get to the continent. If you're here in Vern already, or you haven't gotten the ship yet, then we're going to talk about it. If you're like me and you just close your eyes and skipped all the tutorials and everything because you're racing the 50, then you might have missed this. But there's these things called ocean liners. Ocean liners allow you to visit any island you have been to before. So I can go back to Luterra, I can go to Annika, I can go to Arthurtine, I can go to Cheshire, I can go to Rothendale, I can go to Yorn and go to Phaeton. So I can actually teleport to Rowendale here. So that tells you how long it takes, how long until the next ship leaves, and how much silver it's going to cost for you to go there. Now there's another way to get there. It's called a Bifrost point. Now I don't think there's a tutorial that explains this, but you have these things called Bifrost. It is this icon here under your mini map called Bifrost. You click it, and these teleports open up. If you're a free-to-play player, you're going to have access to these ones. You'll have access to one. You'll get two at roster level 60, and you'll get your third one from a collectible. Collectibles are Alt L, and there's a collectible, and I want to say it's Ignia tokens. Yes, you'll get at 9 Ignia tokens, you will get a Bifrost key. A free-to-play player will have 3, and you have this thing called Crystalline Aura, which will give you 2 more in the store under Essentials, and you can buy it for 420 gems, which right now is about 2,000 gold on my server. So 2 weeks worth of dailies, you can get a month of Crystalline Aura. So even as free-to-play, you can get the subscription to the game for the extra Bifrost spots. And so what I do when I do my dailies is I set my Bifrost spots at the daily. You can set your Bifrost spot anywhere within reason. There's some places you can't set it up. So I set my Bifrost at the daily. So here's the daily quest already. So I could just run down there and do the daily, and then port back to Vern if I want to. So there we go. I'm gonna port back to Vern. So let's say I did the daily, and then I'm done with the daily, and I want to go back to Vern to do my Chaos Dungeons or whatever. And there I am. I'm back in Vern. So that's what Bifrost spots are. Your dailies, everything from Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, probably will only take 20 to 30 minutes on average. I'm going to say on average, because if you need to do your Guardian Raid in a group instead of solo, it depends on the quality of your group. If you're lagging, I don't know, if you're AFK, whatever. It might take you somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes on average, but it could take you up to an hour, depending on what you're doing. But for now, as long as you have your Bifrost set up, the first time you do your dailies is going to be the longest because you have to actually walk there, right? But then you set up your Bifrost, you go into Bifrost, and then you hit save location, and it saves your location to wherever you're standing. Then you save your location to the place where you go to do your dailies, and then the next day and the next day after that, and so on and so forth, you'll be able to teleport back and forth from each daily. So you'll do one daily, complete it, teleport to the next daily, complete it, teleport to the next daily, complete it, and then teleport back to town. So you won't have to worry about sailing, ocean liners, walking, none of that. You literally set your Bifrost in the middle of where you do the quest. And you port into the middle of the quest, and you can do it that way. So your dailies actually only take you a few minutes because you can do that, because you can set that up. And the more progression you go through in the game, like the higher your roster level goes, the more collectibles you collect, you're going to get more Bifrost keys to unlock Bifrost spots. And so then you can just get crafty with it. You can set up a Bifrost at the quest, and then you can set up another Bifrost at the quest giver. So you literally just not moving. You teleport into the quest, kill the mobs, and teleport straight. And there's no walking. Just teleport quest straight to the quest giver, turn the quest in, and then teleport to the next quest. It's so. I wish more games would do that. That's reminiscent of Ultima Online with the rune spots where you can mark runes literally anywhere. And so I missed that, and that's great. So the next thing we're going to delve into is the islands. And I'm not going to sail to islands. I might get out here. No, I'm not. Change mind. So what you're going to do, there's islands out here. If you zoom out all the way, and then you click on an empty space ocean, You'll notice these little palm trees here. These are all islands. These are all islands. Islands are a catch-up mechanic for going through Tier 1 and Tier 2. And it's also a collectible. One of my favorite mounts with all the gold moss turtle get from 25 island token. I like the turtle. It's great. So basically what you're going to do is there's a welcome challenge. You see this little green icon up here next to my mini map, and you're going to go to gear upgrade and actually collectibles, and you're going to know there's a bunch of stuff in here that it wants you to do. And basically there's lots of island guides out there, and I'm going to have one in the comment description below. It's a site called maxroll.gg. It goes into the islands in depth. But basically, if you follow the welcome challenge here, see it's taking you through the islands: Glacier Island, Starlight Island, Serenity Island, Shadow Island, Dream Goal Island. And there's an icon here called View Location, and you click that, and it will literally point you to where the island is. And then you hit Alt left click while you're sailing, and your boat will automatically go there by itself. You don't need to know where any of these islands are. You just do the quest, you hit View Location, Alt left click, and you will auto sail to it. You don't need to know where any of these things are. You just need to know that. And you will automatically go there. You'll do the quest on the island, and not only will you get the mats from the quest on the island, you'll also get the mats for doing the walkthrough here, like the welcome challenge walkthrough. And these will all help you gear up. See, these are the Guardian Stones and the Construction Stones to help you gear up to get higher item level. Give you some cards, which is in some core items. Gives you ship blueprints to upgrade your ships, and so on and so forth. So this is a lot of things, and these are books to give you engravings and all kind of different rewards for doing the islands. And this is Phantasm Island, and this is Panda Island, White Wave Island, and so this literally goes to, I haven't done that one, Azure Wind Island. I'm missing a song, because I need to do a different island, get the song. I didn't do the island to get the song. So basically you go through here, and it will literally walk you through all of these islands. We'll walk you through every island that at least the developers think that you should be doing. Now, obviously, there's 100 islands, and there's only 23 items on there. So by the time you get done with 23 islands, you're most likely going to get the rhythm of it, right? You land on the island, you do the quest on the island to get the island token. And there might be another quest on the island that might send you to another island, and so you kind of get the rhythm. By the time you're on island 23, you kind of know where island 24 is going to be for you, or you kind of get what you're going for. So I would start with the tutorial islands first. It's going to get you into the rhythm of getting on your boat, sailing to the island, doing the quest, getting the token, turning the token in, and then so on and so forth. And then you get a bunch of mats for doing so. So that's islands in a nutshell. If you're wondering how people are already 1300 island level, it's because of the islands. There was a catch-up mechanic, excuse me, implemented for the islands. Because the game is 4 years old in Korea, there's people that have been playing it for 4 years, and they're sitting at 1400 or 1500 island level. Obviously, if you're a new player, you start playing, you're not going to spend 4 years playing by yourself because everybody else is at endgame, or you can catch up and play with them, right? So there's this catch-up mechanic. They shower you with thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of mats to just jump your item level up to catch up to the advanced players that are in tier. So you don't have to do that for this version because Global just can't. I think the average island level for a player is somewhere in high tier, maybe 400 to 500 island level. That's where most people are in the game. The masses are right now. And what I like to do is don't stress about item level. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Are there people that are in tier 3 already? Yes, there are. And they're exploiting, not exploiting, but they're taking advantage of the higher gold income, and they're flooding the market, auction out stuff. That's already been done. Just don't worry about it. Just go at your own pace. You'll get there when you get there. The hardcore guilds that are ready to raid tier 3 are already doing it. You and I will just enjoy the game as you want to enjoy the game. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is Adventure Tome. The Adventure Tome is a great source of skill points and other collectibles. So I keep popping this up. The ultimate goal is to get everything to 100%. That is the ultimate goal, to get everything to 100%. You can take your time doing this. I periodically, as I get bored or I feel like going and gathering, so I go do some herbing or chop some trees or whatever, I will do a couple of these. And I will slowly but surely get to 100%. And 100% gives you the Ignia tokens. And I said in collectibles, you hit Alt-L. And these are the collectibles. So the collectibles give you different rewards. This gave me 6 skill points, which makes me makes my character stronger. But the rest of it is transmog and stuff. I don't really care about that. So after I got the skill points, I'm done collecting those. I only care about character power, not really into the whole make my house Sims, make my house look beautiful, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care about that. I care about the player power. So I'm looking for these skill points. So I still need 4 more Giant's Hearts before I'm done caring about that. I might want that. And then that's on Wisdom Isle. That's where the vendor is to those. And so you get to go to the collectibles. You get to look at your collection status. You get to see how many you've collected. You get to see which ones you have. So in case you forgot, so you're trying to sail to this island, you realize you've already gotten it. And it tells you these are the rewards you get for doing the collectibles. And so as you do the collections, you do the crafting, cooking, you do collectibles, you find the vistas, like a Guild Wars 2 mechanic. You click on a little vista, it kind of zooms out, gives you a big shot of, whatever it is, the last waterfall bridge. Literally go to the waterfall bridge, you click on a little gear icon in the middle of the bridge, and you'll zoom out and your character looking at the bridge. And so you'll get completion percentage for doing that. Dungeons, doing the main story quest, killing the world boss in the zone, killing elite packs. So elite packs, yes, just like Diablo or Path of Exile, there are elite packs, and they're kind of, they have a little crown over their head. Kill these monsters, you will also get credit. There's side quest chains. Besides the main quest, story quest line, there's side quest chains, and then there are hidden quests where maybe you have to click on something, and it tells you when you mouse over it where to find it. So this one says, not everyone follows divine guidance, said Father Varu with a bitter look on his face. He says he visits the graveyard in the outskirts of the Rithramus border every year. And so that's a clue on where to find that hidden quest item. So it's in the Rithramus border, and then it's somewhere here in the graveyard. So the little green text tells you exactly where the hidden quest is, just not like specifically. So I know that it's in this zone, Rithramus border, in the graveyard somewhere. Now, obviously, there's online guys. There's probably some YouTuber, probably like the next video or whatever, who's going to tell you exactly, point it out on the map exactly where it is. But if you want to get your Indiana Jones on and explore it for yourself, you can definitely do that. And so just know that in the collectibles, hit in. It's going to tell you where it is. So yeah, that one says it's in the Pride Home Cathedral. So it's not just like, hey, go find it. It's go find it here. It's going to tell you where to go find it. And then you get these rewards as your percentage goes up. And sometimes there are cards, and cards are player power. There's a stat increase potion there. Those are the Ignia tokens. Some of these have songs. Most of the songs are either at 50 or 60%. And yes, you do need the songs at some point. You don't need them immediately. You don't need them even to beat the game. There's no beating the game. You don't need them to make it to end game. But if you want to get 100% in all these, you're going to need the song at some point. Yeah, so that's basically it. I originally did this for the mount, but then I went all the way up for the skill points in Esoterra, so I got 70% Esoterra for the skill points. Probably want to go all the way to 100%. This is probably going to be one of the easier, no it isn't. Easier zones, not easiest. This one, there's only one character that you need to build rapport with. Rapport is like friendship, reputation with a specific NPC. So this one is probably going to be the easiest just because there's only one person to build friendship with. Opposed to Esoterra, there's a million people, eight to build friendship with. So that's the Adventure Tome. You'll do the dungeons on normal and hard difficulty. You'll do the main story quest. You'll find the vistas. You'll go craft the cooking items that they want you to craft, and you'll collect these things. Collectibles drop from random monsters. You can also buy them off the auction house for gold. Players that are grinding for whatever reason, farming, can choose to, if they don't care about they don't care about the adventure tome, they can put these on auction house. Some of them are cheap, some of them are expensive. The more common farm spot is, the cheaper the item is going to be, just because there's higher volume on the auction house. So a lot of these can actually be completed very cheaply. You kill the elite packs, you'll do the 2 side stories, you'll find the hidden stories, you'll build rapport with the people, and you'll discover all the triports. And triports are these teleportals that I keep clicking on to teleport to. That's part of the adventure tome as well. And you'll kill the world boss, and then that's it. That's 100%. And you'll get your Ignia token. You'll get all these great things in here, secret maps. You'll get cards. You'll get masterpieces. This collectible, and there's a song, a mana weapon. So you'll do all that, and you'll just keep doing that. And it's very slow. Like, I mean, you could sit there with a guide open and read the guide and then go to each point and spend like 5 hours in one zone and get to 100%. You can definitely do that if that's what you crave, you desire. You want all the collectibles. You want to collect all 1,209 cocoa seeds, because you want the title and boat and sailors and all that kind of stuff, and all the horizontal progression, vanity items. You want the transformation items. You want the transmog. You want all that stuff. You can go ahead and do that. But in your gameplay, you're going to slowly get to 100% anyway. Because I know for me personally, so like you're in the zone that 64.4%, I know I have to come back here for some things main quest related. I'm gonna have to come back here. So, and I want to fight this boss anyway. I have a quest to fight this boss Coronar. So I will be back there, and I will probably get to 70%. And then next time I come back, I'll probably get to 75%. Next time I'll get to 80%. So you're eventually going to have this maxed out anyway, just through playing. Don't think this is daunting. You don't have to do it all at one point. You're going to get it done. You absolutely are going to. There are some hidden quests where I just accidentally walked into it. I had no idea that was a collectible. I was just walking around doing the quest. Oh, there's a mob there. I don't want to aggro it. So I walked to the left instead of going straight, and whoa, I can click on this. And I clicked on it. Boom, hidden item, quest started, that kind of thing. So it happens all the time. You will get to 100%, trust me. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Shade Spire Tower. So I'm going to port up here. I wish there were more triports, or Bifrost. I would have a Bifrost set up everywhere. That's how lazy I got. So we're going to port to we're going to mount and ride to the Shade Spire Tower. And I'm going to talk about towers for just a minute. I might port in here. So basically what the tower is challenging content at item level. So it is item level gated, like most things are in game, and you can come in here and do it. And so in the Shade Spire Tower, you get a bunch of things for your account. So you get these card packs. Cards do add player power, and I will open the card and you will show you. You get permanent stat potions. You get engravings. You get for both your class and battle engravings, 4 items, skill points, and so on and so forth. You get a rune, 8% CDR, and there's another skill point at the very top of the tower. It scales by item level. So it starts all the way at 302, which is the beginning of tier 1. It ends at 540, but you're probably going to want to be closer to 600 than 540, because the last boss, asshole. Great asshole. And there's 2 towers. There's one for tier 1 and tier 2. There's not a tower for tier 3. This is Cube. This is like I don't know how to describe it, but there's a bunch of masterpieces you can get for doing Cube. And there's tier 1, tier 2, and a tier 3 cube. And basically, it gives you a bunch of the breaths, which increase your success chance when you try to enhance your cube. This is a Korean MMO. I do videos on Black Desert Online. You have less than 100% chance here past a certain point. Same here. So you want these breaths. Breaths for tier 2. Stars breaths 1, and solar breaths for solar protection for tier 3. So you'll come in here, you'll get a ticket. You'll get the ticket from doing your dailies or from the guild vendor, and that's where you'll do that. And then this is where you'll do the boss rush for tier 2 and tier 3. And it's basically you sit in this room here, and bosses spawn. And you kill 1 boss, and then 2 bosses spawn. Then you kill 2 bosses, and then 3 bosses spawn. And then you kill those 3 bosses, and then 3 harder bosses spawn. And it keeps doing that for 15 stages. Once you kill the 3 bosses on the 15th stage, you get all 15 of these boxes. And they give you gems. Gems is another way to increase your that overlay killed me. Another way to increase your character's power is gems. Gems come in 2 varieties. They either give you plus damage to your abilities or minus cooldown to your. Minus cooldown is very important, especially this one, holy protection, minus cooldown. That's basically my only on-demand heal slash big absorb shield. And I can't use spells here in town, but it's that Holy Protection. It actually gives everybody 15% movement speed as well, heals them, and it's a cleanse. It removes harmful debuffs off my party, and it gives them 20% of my max HP shield to everybody in the party. So having 10% cooldown on that is pretty good. And so that's good. It's a major source of your gems right there is the boss rush up there. So that's that content. I just want to talk about that for a little bit. Also, the next time you run through the tower is character specific. So when I take my alts through the tower, they will get materials to upgrade them to catch them up faster to my main. If I have an alt who's pretty close to my main's item level, just because there's a lot of catch-up mechanics for your alts as well. Now, a super smooth way that people did this, that were rushing to endgame, game first came out a couple weeks ago, is they did power on their alt first and then did their main second to get the catch-up upgrade materials to level their main faster. You get slightly set back from having to upgrade your alt at first, and then you get massively pushed ahead from getting all the mats out of the tower, from the repeat run out of the tower. So that's what that is, but you don't have to do that anymore. Like I said, those people already won the race. Things are crashing. Gold is inflating. Like they've already ruined the auction house. It's Wall Street bets all over again. All the pump and dumpers have already done their damage. The next thing we're going to do is go to our stronghold. I want to talk a little bit about the stronghold. And again, you hit F2. There's a song called "Song of Hearth and Home." You're going to get this towards the beginning of East Lutera when you hit about level 26 or 27. You're going to get this from Thyrane. And it's going to be run the very first quest you get in East Lutera, and it gives you a song to go to your stronghold, and it's going to be a tutorial that's going to walk you through everything in your stronghold. But again, if you're like me, you just skipped all that because you want to rush level 50 and do the in-game stuff. And so basically, this is your stronghold. I'm going to hit M. This is the map. This is the 2 floors of my stronghold so far. As you progress in your stronghold, more stuff will get added. You'll get more islands. This will get bigger. So mine is basically empty because I don't care about decorating it. It's like at all. It's like your garrison in World of Warcraft, your house in Final Fantasy 14, or anything like that. Any like building simulator stuff. I hated garrisons. I just whatever. I don't like it. I'm not decorating it. It's going to be empty forever. And so you come here, and there's a lot of things you can do here. So your storage is here. So your bank is here. So I can open my bank. Well, my bank is in here. So no matter where you are, you can teleport to your stronghold. So let's say I'm not in a major city, so I can't look at the auction house. I can't go to the bank. I can't get potions or feasts or whatever, or food or whatever. I'm in the middle of a raid. I can always teleport to my stronghold. Here's my mailbox. This is the market vendor, so I can go to the auction house in my garrison, my stronghold. And so these are the different things that are on here. So I'm going to hit Control 1. That's the default command. It's the little one button down here. Control 1, and this is the text menu. I'm going to go one by one. The lab is where you research things for your stronghold. So you can add space. You can craft. You can learn how to craft different things. So instead of like a World of Warcraft where you have to specialize in 1 or 2 different crafting professions, you can do everything. These are literally full. I can learn all the different crafting professions and stuff here, right here, and I can do that. All it takes is mats and a little bit of gold. And yes, the mats are things you're going to be gathered. That's what gathering is primarily for. Also crafting things as well. So I'm in here just researching the stuff to make my garrison more efficient. So research time -1%. These are incremental, right? So it makes the next research go a little bit faster. It makes it the potions I make a little bit cheaper, and so on and so forth. And that's building of the stronghold. And then so you have your workshop. This is where you make your potions and stuff. You can make battle items. You can make potions, different kind of potions. Panacea. It removes debuffs. Protective potions, war potions, bombs, monster hunter. Make bombs and grenades. You can make different robes. This one gives stealth. This one run fast. Flare shows where the boss is on the minimap. Repair shop, portal, cooking. And cooking things I haven't started really messing with that too much because I really hate fishing game. But you can make feast, flask, just like World of Warcraft, raiding consumables. This is all the decorative stuff you can make that I don't care about to decorate your stronghold. Tools, like gathering tools, the higher rarity, better tool is. And so I haven't really done that either. But you can come in here and do this. You can also buy them off the auction house. And these maps, treasure maps, to potentially get rare items to sell, or to level up or to upgrade your gear. And then these are farm specific. So if you are like me and you're lazy, which has been the theme throughout this video, if you're me and you don't want to like go look up a guide or travel back to another continent that's good for fishing or whatnot, you can always, that's over there, gotta go this way. You can always go to your farm. Your stronghold, when you get to, I want to say when your stronghold hits level, it might be 10, but I think it's 12. You're going to get a farm. You'll get a quest, and it'll tell you to come back to your stronghold and do the farm. And so you'll get a farm, and you'll get this guy who's really good at teleporting. He can sell you the crafting tools, and then you can come in here and craft. You hit B. The default command is B. So these are all my crafting. This is hunting. That's fishing, excavating. And so this is hunting. So I hit Q. He's going to run away. He's going to watch me fail at this. Oh, there it is. Kill them. And I'm going to hit G to loot them. This is hunting. This is the crafting skill. And then I just got that raw meat and uncommon raw meat. And so for making stuff, I don't have to make the stuff that takes the herbs outside the world. I can use my farm to make stuff, and it's bound to roster. So I can actually trade it to my alts and everything, not just on this character. I can trade it to all my alts, and I can make everything that I can make in all these other tabs, but it's through the stuff that I get here in my stronghold. So if I'm lazy and I don't want to go anywhere, I can do it here. I can do all of my crafting and gathering here in my stronghold. The only caveat is I'm going to get less XP than I would out in the world because there's no competition. I'm not fighting for resources with other players or anything. I'm just here in my stronghold. You're going to get less. You're going to get less XP for leveling up your professions, and you're going to get. They're all bound. You can't sell them. So one of the things you do with your gathering is you take the mats, you make the potions or whatever, and then you sell it on the auction house. So you can buy pretty mounts like I do, or whatever you want to buy. So maybe you have a rare recipe, or there's something you can craft that's really expensive. You sell that, and then you just buy your potions that you need for raiding, and you can do that as well. But you can only do that out in the world. The stronghold is a convenience for things that you want to make for yourself because you can't sell them. Get less experience points for it. But if you're lazy and you just want to, it's the end of the day or whatever, you don't, I'm not teleporting anywhere. I just want to take 10 minutes and till my farm. Go for it. Knock yourself out on that. So the next thing I want to talk about is timed dailies. Timed dailies. So we're gonna hop out of the. I don't want my on-call stuff to be over the timing. We're gonna talk about time dailies. Now, I got a complaint about this from a guildmate about being at work when this stuff goes on. And so the great thing about the time dailies is that it's a lullaby island about to start. It's one of the islands that's in the tutorial for collectibles. I think lullaby islands. Like nope, Giant's Heart, Minerva. It's in here somewhere. Whatever. It's one of the islands you have to do in here, and it's on a timer. One of the events on the island to get the token and get the Song Forest Minuet is on timer. So it's about to start in 2 minutes. And if I click this little location on the map, again, it'll tell me where it is. I hit Alt, left click while I'm on my boat, and I will automatically sail there for, I don't have to know where it is. I'm just going to go there. And so if you look at that, it tells you when the quest is going to open. It opens at certain times. It opens every 2 hours, 20 after the hour, right? And so let's say I'm at work. It is currently 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Work you have a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5, whatever. You have an hour break. Whatever. You work 8 to 5. You're not home, so you'll never be able to do the Lullaby Island at 2. Well, it keeps spawning throughout the day, so it'll be up at 4:20, blaze it. It'll be up at 6:20. It'll be up at 8:20. It'll be up at 10:20. Like every 2 hours, it keeps spawning. And so this is everything that's going to happen today. And so that's 10:20. And does it happen at midnight? Yes, it does. So it happens at midnight, at 20 after midnight, and it happens again. I think that's the last one at midnight. And so what you can actually do, if you really want to do that, is once again, you can set a Bifrost. You can go to Lullaby Island and set up a Bifrost. So whenever you do catch it, you just hit move and you go there and you're there and you do the event. And then you just teleport out. You don't have to go to the island right before the event starts and rush. You can go to the island whenever, set up a Bifrost point, and then teleport there when the event happens. But I'll tell you, I don't remember when these things happen. I'm just like questing, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up 5 minutes until island starts. Like, oh man, oh dang. But I remember that's an island I want to do, and so I have my Bifrost set up already. Or maybe I go set up a Bifrost, I'm late, I missed the event, I set up a Bifrost, and then the next time it happens that I'm free, I can teleport to it. So don't feel pressure by the fact that those are timed. Don't feel pressure. They happen throughout the day. You can, if you want to do them in the morning, you want to do it in the afternoon, you want to do it in the evening, you want to do it late at night, you can do it. And it happens multiple times. Some of these are daily, some of these are once a week, some of these are 2-3 times a week. There's a specific island I'm waiting for tomorrow that I won't remember what time it is until I see it up there, but I already have a Bifrost spot set up for it. It is the Whispering Islet. It's my top one sailing voyage, Whispering Islet. I'm going to hit move as soon as I see it up there, and I'm gone. So that's the way that's going to work for me. And that's it in a nutshell. Guys, there's a lot of little things out there that I would recommend, but that would make the video take too long. One of the great things about this community is, one of the great and worst things about this community is, one, there's a lot of first-time raiders out here. This is the first MMO for a lot of people that are out here. They've never played World of Warcraft, they've never played Final Fantasy XIV, never played Elder Scrolls Online, anything, Ultima, EverQuest, whatever, Arcade, Black Desert. Never played it before. So a lot of things that you take for granted, like don't stand in front of the dragon because it'll breathe fire. Don't stand behind the dragon because you'll get tail whipped. Those kind of things. You're going to find some frustrations in the raiding here because there's a lot of people that haven't played an MMO before, because it's free to play. It's coming to the West. A lot of MMOs in the West typically aren't free to play. They're subscription based, and that is a barrier for a good lot of people. Paying the $15 a month, and so that might be frustrating. But what's encouraging is that I get hundreds of questions, whether it's in the subreddit or in the Twitch chat. I get hundreds of questions, and I'm glad to answer all those questions because I know it's making the community large better if you have those answered. So it is improving. It's going to get better. Just bear with it. It's just like World of Warcraft. Raiders, Celestalon and Ghostcrawler and all those guys said that they had to make raids harder and harder because the average player's knowledge base of a specific mechanic got better. The average player got better. The top raiders are going to beat your content no matter what you do, no matter how tight the raid is, no matter what the mechanics are. The top raider, your guys that are getting sponsored and paid to play are going to beat your content no matter what. But it's the average player that you can make content for that it might be too hard for them or it might be too easy, things like that. So they noticed that over the years, the average gamer just kept getting better. No matter who you think is bad or worse than you, they're a lot better than they used to be when MMOs first came out in the 90s. We're all better. The average gamer age is in the 30s. We are all significantly better at gaming. There's a new wave of gamers coming up, because of Fortnite, Minecraft, things like that. There's a younger generation out there that's coming up into gaming. They've never played these type of game before, and so they don't know about tail whip. They don't know about fire breath. They don't know about stand in the rid. They don't know about all those things. They don't know about taunt and aggro and healing and preventative healing like bubbles. They don't know any of that stuff. So be kind, be patient. Understand that these people are the exact same way you were in vanilla WoW. I'll put it that. The very first time you logged into an MMO, you didn't know north from south. It's like that. So that's where we are. But I'm encouraged by everybody asking questions and getting better, and people actually improving and progressing through it. I've had some guys in my raid that are brand new to MMOs and they didn't know left from right, and all of a sudden 5 wipes in, and I never have to say anything about it ever again. They're good. They're good. So this has been a great experience. I recommend this game. I've been waiting for this game to come to the West for a long time. I'm excited about it. Super excited, so much that I'm back making videos again. So I appreciate you guys watching. I know this is a little bit longer than normal. I typically try to cap these at 45 minutes, but here I am still talking. Again, everything will be in the comment in the description below, so you can just skip through ahead. I'm actually going to put some disclaimers. Hey, rambling at minute 58 or whatever. So I appreciate that. I'll be making a ton of videos for this. There's so much to cover for this game, guys. There's so much to cover that this could be a 10-hour video if it was just one video. It would be 10. I could break out everything I talked about. I could break it out into like so much more content in this. So stay tuned. If there's anything that you need clarification from on this video, like, well, can you go more in depth about gathering? I'm 100% going to make a gathering video, so don't worry about that. Everything will be expounded upon. You're going to be a professional at Lost Ark when you're done with this video series. So I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Until next time, guys.